This is awful.
Yeah, it's to be expected. A young girl's life hangs in the balance. Emotions are running high.
Well, this isn't fair.
Isn't it? Why don't you go in that way? Avoid the protesters.
What, you mean the mob? Well, that's what they are.
That's what they've become.
Protests continue today outside Holby City Hospital as a judgment is imminent in the High Court case to determine the future treatment of 16-year-old Holly Cartwright. Doctors at the hospital have petitioned to remove life support against the wishes of Holly's parents who want to move their daughter to America for experimental treatment by controversial Julius Patton.
Are you playing that Monster Hunt game? See, I told you, Grandad, that this would happen. You're too young for a smartphone. And that you'd spend all your time playing these silly games.
You should be ashamed of yourself!
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Idiot. Make sure you put that phone away before you get into the creche, all right? I had to pull a lot of strings to get you in there at such short notice. Burst more, mate. No score for you, mister. Hello? Yeah, no, I'm just outside. They've done what?
Have you seen the protest?
Oh, it's kind of hard to miss. Gets bigger every day.
Oh, it's awful. Those poor parents. When is it going to end?
Court rulings today. Serena's there.
She never got that far.
There's no choice. The hospital can't allow its decisions to be held hostage to the whims of a placard-waving renter mob.
The Keeson Institute is hardly placard-waving protesters. And these people have genuine concerns.
The Keeson Institute is run by Julius Patterson. And I believe is partially funded by unaccountable evangelical lobby groups.
Oh, Rick.
Look, Donna, I'm all for tolerance and understanding, but NHS policy has to be based on reason and on fact, and not on the ravings of people who insist that their belief in some magical sky fairy bestows upon them the right arbitrarily. What?
On behalf of believers in magical sky fairies everywhere, thank you for your tolerance and understanding. Much appreciated.
Kofi.
Hi, Dad. Can we talk?
Sure.
Why are people listening to him?
He sells hope. It's a powerful message. What are you doing here anyway?
Locum shift.
What, again?
Oh, thought you liked having me around.
And I thought you had a PhD to finish.
All work, no play. Ms. Naylor wants to see me. Think it might be about a job on Darwin. A permanent one?
We'll see.
What do you think?
Well, I think that Jack Naylor also understands the importance of powerful messaging.
Medical doctor.
Don't start.
Well, it scans better than Angel of Death.
Look, for what it's worth, if you're looking to learn from the best, you'd be hard-pressed to go past Jack Naylor. Oh, by the way, Mr. Hanson wanted to see you.
Yeah. I bet he does.
Sorry, Kofi, it's been a difficult few weeks. I was just blowing off some steam. I don't want you to think I'm some sort of bigot.
Then maybe you shouldn't use the language of one. Look, I'm not here to talk about religion. I'm here about Darla.
Yeah. Yeah, she told you. Sorry, I should probably have come over, but...
I'm sorry, Darla told me what?
Oh, about her... a situation.
A situation?
Yeah.
What's Darla's situation?
Well, you know, last week, the accident. Becca, it was a traumatic experience.
Could she have been hurt?
She was hurt, Kofi. Not as badly as Becca, but still.
I don't mean that. I mean something else. Something that might have been missed. Internal.
What's this about, Kofi? Start from the beginning.
Darla's been uncommunicative. I put it down to emotional trauma post-accident. Look, I didn't want to push it, but this morning I found her in bed. In pain. She says it's just cramping. Heavy period, but I'm worried. I might be overreacting, but given her history.
Where's Darla now? Darla, your dad tells me that you're not feeling well.
I told him it's just cramps.
Well, I'm sure you're right. But it wouldn't hurt letting us take a look, yeah? Then we can discuss whatever might be causing you distress. And that way I can reassure your father. Donna.
Oh, it hurts.
All right. We're going to take care of you.
What on earth are you doing?
Putting out your welcome mat. Nikki told me this was your space, and I knew you were coming back today, and thought this would warm the place up a bit. I don't think we've ever been formally introduced. I'm Zosha Self.
I know who you are. I don't think you know who I am.
You are Frida Petrenko, and I'm very much looking forward to working with you. Elliot was always singing your praises.
Elliot. Okay.
Look, you probably want to get settled in, and I need to get changed, so I'll see you upstairs.
You will?
Yeah, I'll get the coffees in. Skinny latte and chocolate sprinkles?
A what?
Great, see you soon.
Do you ever go home?
You're meant to be resting.
Can't sleep. Even tried reading your propaganda here. Holistic approach. Pastoral care. What's it all mean? What's your USP?
Simply, I won't lie to you.
Really?
Really. This unit is 100% bovine excrement free.
And that's important.
It's essential.
Why? Grown-ups lie to me all the time.
And how does that make you feel?
Like excrement?
I rest my case.
No change.
But you didn't expect there to be, did you?
I thought you'd be court.
Michael's there with the lawyers. They don't need me. I'm sorry.
For what?
The stuff about you on social media, the anger.
You have nothing to apologize for.
Yes, I do. It's just too. Do you ever have doubts?
All the time.
It doesn't show.
Surgeons get training for that kind of thing.
Mothers don't.
No. We don't. Excuse me. Mr. Hanson.
I don't understand what Oliver ever saw in her. I thought he got brain damaged after they got married. Just saying.
Maybe it was the hair, you know, it is long and lustrous.
Well, I also have hair, Sasha. Long hair, some might even say raven.
Yes, you have lovely hair. Listen, has it occurred to you that she just might want to be friends?
Yeah, I consider that possibility, and I find it disagreeable.
You could try. You might have more in common than you think.
Or less. No. The best thing to do is to just avoid her. She'll get the message, then she'll go and be friendly with somebody else. Problem solved. Thank you, Sasha. You've been very helpful.
Well, I don't...
You cancelled my patient
I did.
without consulting me.
The decision was only taken a couple of hours ago.
Well, you had no right. Has this got something to do with you?
No, not exactly.
Not exactly. Then why are you here?
Mr. Fletcher is here because one of his staff was injured in a fracas with a protester outside.
Injured?
Bumps and scrapes. More of a bruised ego than anything else, but...
The injury may not be serious, but the incident is.
Look, the protesters are here because of Holly. Shutting down the YAU, it's not going to make one jot of difference.
I'm not trying to keep your unit safe, Miss Goddard. It's you.
It's just a few hotheads mouthing off. You know, I've got a job to do and I'm not going to be intimidated by a few trolls on social media.
Burn in hell, you satanic witch. What she's doing to Holly is attempted murder, says another. Eye for an eye. And then there's a special place in hell for murderers of children. You can run, Goddard, but you can't hide, etc., etc.
Joke's on that last one. Not been out for a run since 2004.
Obviously, these are the comments of a fringe minority, but the violent nature of them is troubling indeed. Now, I can't force you to step back, but you should, for your sake.
Holly is my patient. I owe it to her to see it through to the end.
Right. In which case, you should know that the High Court has come to its decision.
You don't seem surprised.
When you asked to speak with my PhD supervisor, I thought there might be an ulterior motive.
Darwin has a reputation for innovation and intellectual brilliance.
Professor Hope's legacy.
Yes, one I'd like to maintain. Your supervisor thinks you fit the bill, and your work on the Vashtar valve confirms that. You'll have to work harder than you ever have in your entire life. And I can't pay you what they were giving you at Capel Cross, but I can offer you more theatre time.
More work, less money, and the hardest gig I'll ever have. What's the upside?
Me. And you get to work at the same hospital as your mother.
Can I have time to think about it?
Yes, till the end of the day. It's a simple yes or no, Miss Goddard. It's the easiest decision you'll ever have to make, whatever the answer is. Oh, and speaking of your mum, court's handing down their verdict.
Hi.
You're pregnant?
Yes, I'm...
Hello. Firstly, welcome back. It's nice to see you, etc., etc. I see you've met Zosha. That promises to be all sorts of fun. Secondly, here, Barry Dinsdale, former Herzig patient, admitted last night with breathlessness, persistent cough, swollen legs, and signs of heart failure.
Simple infection. CRP is high, white blood count 21.
Maybe.
Infection wouldn't necessarily explain the leg edema or pleural effusion.
It would if it was an infective edema.
All good points. Now, run along and solve the mystery, you pesky kids.
What, you want us to work together?
Is that a problem?
No, of course not. It'll be fun. Give us a chance to get to know each other.
Well, you can go and get to know each other elsewhere.
Where do you want to start?
Coffee. The last one was cold.
Miss Cooper, could I have a word, please?
No, no, no. No, please, 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 not again.
If you wouldn't mind, just take a seat over there. When did this pain start?
I'm not sure. This morning, I guess.
Is it getting progressively worse, or is it constant?
Constant until a few hours ago. That's when I told Dad. Is it, you know...
We'll have to run some more tests. But the pain seems to be sitting higher up in the abdomen, so it's unlikely. I thought you were going to tell him. You told me that you were.
I tried, but I couldn't, and I didn't want to worry you.
Worry me? Darling, this isn't about me. He's your father. He'll understand.
He won't.
How can you be so sure?
Because God won't.
Rick,
We'll talk about this later. Yeah. You try and get some rest.
So Peds won't have a bed available for another couple of hours.
Right, we'll have to put her in the side room. We'll use that for now.
Darla's 14. She needs to be treated by a Peds specialist, not here, and certainly not by her granddad.
Yeah, I know. It's complicated. Look, I'll page Mr. Duval. Can you chaperone her, please?
Yeah, sure, but I'm not sure Xavier's exact.
And could you page Fleur Fanshawe discreetly?
Why would... Is Darla pregnant?
About 10 weeks.
Okay, if he doesn't know. Oh, Vic, this is awful.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm dealing with it.
Okay.
Serena, hi, it's Rick. I need you.
The first and most important thing to understand is that no one is going to rush anything. This is just the start of the process. It's not the end of it.
Where does it happen? Here?
It can. Or Holly can be moved to a hospice.
No. What happened to her happened here. If it finishes here.
Of course.
The Trust have requested that the hospital issue a statement to the media explaining the court ruling and the process that will now follow.
Let me guess. You want us there, front and centre, to sign off on this PR exercise?
Ruth, enough. He didn't say that. They're not the enemy.
You are free to attend or not. Nobody is suggesting a pretense.
Thank you.
The decision is yours. Take your time.
sometimes I think I'm breaking through the ice, and then I catch her giving me this look, like I'm some bug on a shoe. And then she looks at my hair.
How does she look at your hair?
Hungrily.
Well, like she wants to eat it.
She wants to cut it all off and use it for pillow stuffing.
Are you really sure you want to continue with Operation Befriend Freaky Frida?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like something I need to do. Jack's got us working on a case together, and if I can't get through emotionally, maybe I could get through professionally. Thanks, Dom. You've been a big help.
Well, I really can do it.
Coffee and pastries?
Right. Thank you.
So, Mr. Dinsdale?
It's sorted. Mr. Dinsdale has been very lax with his antibiotic regime, which resulted in a minor infection around the outside of the Herzig. He's having his CT to confirm. Then the course of broad spectrum, and the problem is solved.
We were supposed to work together.
Hey, you got the coffee, right?
Bloods and LFT is all clear. It's not an infection.
Kidney stones?
That's my guess, too. I mean, I would do a CT or X-ray to confirm, but that's not really an option given a other condition.
It'll have to be an ultrasound.
Which might present its own problems if her dad's present and knows what he's seeing.
Well, discretion is paramount. Look, Xavier, I realize that this is irregular.
It's family. Never is regular. Look, whatever you need.
Thanks. That means a lot.
I need that ultrasound soon, though, given her history of surgical complications.
Yeah, I've asked Miss Campbell to help.
Okay.
What's happening? What's wrong with her? It's not a hemangioma again, is it?
No, we suspect kidney stones, but we just have to do a few more tests to be sure.
You wouldn't hide something serious from me.
As far as I know, there's nothing else wrong with Darla.
Sorry. It's just she's growing up so fast. And I've made things worse.
How do you mean?
I should have acted sooner.
But I thought Darla only told you about the pain this morning.
She's been unwell for a while now. Been off school the last few days. Why, is something wrong?
No, I was just thinking back to what it was like with Jess. Listen, leave it with us. Why don't you get yourself some coffee? Yeah?
Mr. Hanson says that Ruth and Michael now want to make their own statement to the media.
Well, it might help heal some wounds.
You going to go?
Of course.
Got some company?
You think I need protecting, Mr. Fletcher?
Well, I think everyone needs a bit of support every now and again.
Well, in that case, I'd be grateful.
And it'd be good to see the back of him.
These people never really go away.
These people.
Peddlers of false hope. You know, they have a winning formula. Seductive, powerful.
Which is?
They tell a simple lie rather than confront a complicated truth. And the consequence of that lie for Ruth and Michael is pain for nothing. So much pain for nothing. Ange Goddard. Oh, right, okay, thank you. It's time.
Fleur says Darla didn't want to engage in any discussions about her options, but the pregnancy's fine.
I'm not sure Darla is. Darla, how are you feeling?
That woman said that there was nothing wrong with the, you know.
Kofi says that you've been off sick from school for a few days, but you wouldn't let him take you to the GP.
I told him I was having my period.
But you knew that that couldn't be the case, right?
I lied.
No one's going to judge you for that. You can always tell me the truth, and no matter how scary, I will always listen. I will always help. But I need to know the truth now, okay? Why didn't you tell Kofi about the pain?
I couldn't. He couldn't know.
That's okay. I should have followed up and been over straight away. I should have been there. What did you think the pains were? Darla? Did you think it was a miscarriage?
So I prayed.
You hoped you were having a miscarriage, and that's why you didn't want any medical care.
I prayed that God would take it away so that no one would ever have to know. And that's when the pains came.
It's okay. It's okay.
I thought my prayers had been answered, but they hadn't. They hadn't.
It's okay. I'm going to take care of you. I promise.
I'd like to end, if I may, by saying that the death of any child is a tragedy. This has been a very traumatic experience for everyone concerned, but particularly, of course, for Holly's parents. And we ask that they be given the privacy and space that they need in what has been a very difficult time. Thank you.
After consulting with my legal team and advisors at the Keystone Institute, I've decided to reject the immoral and unfeeling judgment of the High Court and instructed my solicitors to file to the Court of Appeal. Holly's fight is not over.
Michael, how are you feeling? Do you think you can win?
I told you I can't give up on her.
How do you feel about the appeal?
Boy, Angel. You all right?
Wait, come back here!
It's not infection.
It is infection.
That is an infection, but not enough to cause heart failure. The effusion we aspirated was transudate, so it's not empyema.
You can tell that from blood tests.
That's why I looked at the CT.
Oh, you looked at the CT of my patient without telling me?
Our patient CT.
Yeah, okay, you might have a point. If not an infection, then what?
See the slight shadow where the graft outflow leads into the aorta? What if it's hiding a kink in the outlet graft?
A kink?
Reducing the blood supply to the aorta.
Impossible.
Okay, why?
How would it get there?
During the original implantation, I guess.
7 years ago. And up until now, this kink has had no effect.
Might be a small kink, got worse over time, I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Why are you being like this, so hostile?
Because you're suggesting a surgeon error.
I suppose so, yes. Everyone makes mistakes.
He does not.
Ah. Look, I know that he was your mentor, but even Elliot made mistakes.
Elliot was not my mentor. He's a great man, a brilliant man, and he does not leave kinks.
I loved him too.
What?
I know you two are close, but I loved him too.
Then why did you abandon him?
What?
Ah, Mr. Lindell. What happened?
Monitor to the Herzig's going off.
Mean pressure is 40 and temperature's dropped.
Theatre.
What lie did you tell?
I'm sorry, what?
What lie did you tell?
I'm not sure what you mean.
This whole USP of yours, no lies and all that, it's an ethos, right? So my question is, what lie did you tell that brought you here?
Well, I'm not sure now is the right time or the place for a trip down memory lane.
I'm about to have one of the riskiest surgeries there is, right? What better time could there be?
Knock, you decent?
Rarely. You can come in, though.
Good luck with this. So, cold tomato soup, eh?
Ah, top marks for originality. I've always hated gazpacho. Did they get him? I heard you yelling.
I'm not sure. There was a lot of confusion.
And Hanson?
An emergency meeting with the trust to decide how to respond to the appeal.
Yeah, but we know what's going to happen. They appeal and then they lose, and then Ruth has to face the horror of accepting Holly's death all over again.
This isn't your fault.
Isn't it? You know, the YAU, it was meant to help, to be a bridge between young adults and their parents and medical professionals, but it seems like ever since Holly arrived, all I've done is cause division and pain. You know, it wasn't supposed to be like this.
She told me that she had told Kofi and it was all fine. I didn't check. I should have checked.
You weren't to know. Let's just deal with the situation as it is now.
If Darla's been experiencing pain for days without treatment.
I'll do the ultrasound.
Thank you. Right.
Where are you going?
To do what I should have done a week ago. Talk to my son.
My Darla. Pregnant. What's wrong with you?
Kofi, please.
She's a child. Darla was a good girl. Christian.
She still is, both those things. I know it's a shock.
Look, who did this to her?
Nobody did this to her, Kofi. It was a mistake, that's all. I mean, she doesn't want to talk about the boy involved.
Why?
She's scared, confused.
And she told you this?
Let's not get sidetracked trying to find someone to blame. The situation is what it is, and it needs to be dealt with. Choices need to be discussed. Decisions need to be made.
Choices? What choices? You mean abortion?
It's a discussion to be had.
It's a sin. That might not mean anything to you, Rick. But it means everything to me, my community, and to my daughter. Everything.
I understand that, Kofi, but you need to know that it's a conversation we will be having with her.
Is that why you've kept her from me? From her father?
It's our duty and her right. Discussions need to be had. Calm, rational discussions. Loving. Darla's in bits. She needs you, Kofi. I mean, she needs the father who loves her, not the authority figure who judges her.
Darla, she's my little girl.
Hello.
I know you.
Do you know?
My dad says you're very brave. He says you protect people. Like Batman.
Who is this father of yours?
You're doing really well, darling.
Darla?
Dad?
He knows. And he understands.
It's gonna be okay, darling.
What did you find?
Kidney stone in the ureter, no more than 4 millimeters.
So she should be able to pass that without any surgical intervention.
Yep, with the help of some transulocin, please.
What's that?
The ultrasound helps us to confirm the size of the kidney stone.
That was the child. My...
Dad, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dad. Please. I'm sorry.
Kofi.
I'm so sorry.
Take my hands.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're going to pray, okay?
I'm sorry.
The Lord
I'm so
loves
sorry.
us, okay?
I'm sorry.
Pray to him for his love, for his forgiveness. Darla, pray with me.
No.
You must.
I don't want his forgiveness. What if he doesn't even
You
exist?
don't mean that. Just...
Oh, okay, enough. I'm going to have to ask you to step out.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Now, please.
She's my daughter.
And you're upsetting her, so a little space, please.
You did this.
Kofi. Kofi.
Kofi.
I will not let you walk away from your child.
No! You don't get to do that. You, of all people, don't get to lecture me about abandoning children.
Throwing the mistakes that I made as a father in my face does not give you license to repeat them.
I would never abandon Darla. She's questioning her faith. That's never happened. Not before this. Not before you.
Then come back and support her.
I was trying!
How? By asking her to pray for forgiveness? Come on, Kofi, you're her father.
You don't change, do you? I mean, your self-righteous contempt oozes from every pore.
Then explain, please.
We believe. Not this bit or that bit, but all of it. That's how it works. That's the only way it works. Sin isn't a word to be used for dramatic effect. It's a transgression against God's will. I can forgive Darla, but it's meaningless unless she seeks God's forgiveness. You think you're fighting for Darla's rights. I'm fighting for her immortal soul and the soul of her child. Your great-grandchild.
The hospital has a duty to inform Darla of all her options.
Like they informed Holly Cartwright's parents of their options by sending them to court.
Kofi, I'm asking you...
You're asking me to choose between my daughter and my faith. And I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. It's tearing me apart.
I'm sorry. I really don't know what to say.
You never did. I just think I looked elsewhere for guidance. For love.
Where are you going?
Where do you think?
Scissors, please.
Do you need suction?
Yes, just by the lung, please.
You don't like chocolate sprinkles, do you?
No.
Christmas lights?
Hate.
Generally not a fan of warm.
I come from ice.
You don't like me?
Don't take it personally.
Mind telling me why?
You're needy.
Okay.
Flighty, inconstant, beautiful, but uncomfortable in your own skin like a butterfly stuck to its own cocoon.
Getting the picture.
You lack fidelity. When the chips are down, you're found wanting.
You don't know me.
I know enough. So did the Herzig. You were right. There is an infection, but only minor.
You were right. Herzig is pristine, no kinks or flaws.
We're both right.
We're both wrong. Maybe we do have something in common. I'm pretty sure we do. One thing at least.
Let us dissect the track.
Will they work?
Sorry?
Prayers. Will they work?
I don't know.
Well, at least you're honest.
I believe that for faith to have any meaning at all, probably has to involve sacrifice.
Has to cost you something, right?
It could cost you everything. If that's the price he demands. Is it Holly's soul you're fighting for? Or yours?
You know who I am?
My daughter and I have been following the story. We've been praying for you. And Holly.
Well, it hasn't worked. She's still.
We've been praying that you find peace. Both of you.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
Kapow! Oh, God, no, get him! Where's the Joker? Arrest him!
That's all right, kid. Shoot first, ask questions later. Theo, what are you doing, mate? Right? You can't just walk out of your crash group like that, so I'm sorry. You're going to have to give me your phone.
Come on, let him be. You've learned your lesson, haven't you, Robin?
What's he been telling you?
What I needed to hear. Go on. On you go, Theo. Bye.
Bye, Batman.
Bye.
What lie did you tell?
When I was young, not much older than you are just now, something happened to me. Something bad. But I mean, it wasn't uncommon, which is the point, really. I told myself that I was okay, and I was strong, and that I could deal with it. That was the lie I told. To myself. And because I told it to myself, other people, you know, medical professionals, they believe me. But I wasn't okay. And here we are.
Here we are.
Are you okay?
I'm pretty scared, actually.
Whoa.
Somebody hasn't been taking their anticoagulants properly. Look.
Whoa.
Oh, you're woeing, huh?
Don't gloat. Do you want to wash out or should I?
I got it. I didn't abandon him.
What?
Oliver. I didn't abandon him. That's who you were referring to earlier, right? Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Which makes me think that what you really don't like about me is that you think that I married the man that you once loved. Walked out on him when he needed me the most.
What on earth would make you think that I ever loved Oliver Valentine?
You told me.
What? When?
A few months ago.
So you speak to him?
When I can. He travels a lot and disappears and pops up at random. I still love him. I always will. Something else we probably have in common.
How is he?
Sometimes the same. Sometimes very different. That's just the way it is now. The way it will always be. Anyway, I heard that you had lost someone close, and I just thought... Well, I don't really know what I thought, but whatever it was, lights and sprinkles weren't the answer. Would you like to close? Great. Well, this has been real. Feels like we've made real progress here today, you and I.
Thanks for agreeing to see me.
I never asked for all this. For these people to come...
You brought this down on all of us the moment you went on camera and accused the hospital of not caring about Holly.
I was trying to keep her alive.
But enough! Oh, I know that you're hurting, but this arguing is achieving nothing. You need each other. Enough. You are both free, however, to express your anger at me. I am Holly's doctor, and it was, and still remains, my duty to convey to you the truth of her condition.
We know your truth. But Dr. Patterson...
Dr. Patterson sells a simple lie. Okay, that one day he can save her? It's seductive, because it can't be disproved.
We've heard these arguments already.
Holly is gone, Ruth. You're telling yourself a lie. It'll destroy you. And it has to stop for her sake. And I'm telling you this, not just as a doctor, but from one mother to another.
Ruth, please. We have to let her go.
I can't.
Why?
She has to wake up so I can tell her.
Tell her what, Ruth?
No, I'm sorry. For every moment that I missed or ignored. That I love her. I left it all too late. Promise me that she won't die not knowing that she wasn't my everything.
promise me, as one mother to another,
I can't. It would just be another lie. And I can't say it's going to be okay. Because this is the worst thing any parent can experience. It's the worst. And it's not okay.
Okay. Let her go. Let her have some peace.
I've given her the tamsulosin. The peds should have a bed shortly. So. You okay?
A week ago, I was accusing Sasha of being a bad parent.
Don't do this.
No, Kofi's right. I failed him. And now I'm judging the faith that he turned to replace the father who abandoned him.
Oh, come on, Kofi's fine, despite whatever mistakes you think you may have made. But look, your priority now, and his, has to be Darla.
I want to be with my daughter.
She's sleeping.
I won't disturb her. I just want to be with her. Please.
We can be with her together.
An hour ago, Ruth Cooper and Michael Cartwright informed the hospital that they were dropping any legal appeal to today's High Court ruling. It was their joint wish that the hospital proceed with the suggested medical pathway for their daughter as agreed by Miss Angel Goddard and an independent consultant 5 weeks ago. In accordance with these wishes, Holly Cartwright was provided with palliative care and taken off life support. Holly died peacefully at 16:07 p.m. Her parents would like to thank people for their love, support and prayers during this difficult time.
No to murder!
Shame on you! You've got blood on your hands! Shame!
There, shame on you!
Angel of death!
Her name is Angel Goddard, right? She's a mother, a doctor, and an expert. She's dedicated her life to helping people, and what she's had to go through the last few weeks has been horrific. There is a struggle going on today between peddlers of false hope, selling simple lies, and those that appreciate the world is full of complicated truths. Now, as a parent, I know this fight might not be winnable, but it's a fight that must be fought, so...
Dad?
Hey. Hello, love. How are you feeling?
Better. I'm so sorry about...
It's okay, love.
Is it?
I've been praying. We're gonna get through this together with the community. Look, I know you had doubts. I know you're afraid.
No, I don't want to go back. I can't.
I can't leave.
I know. I want to stay with Granddad.
Is that even an option?
What?
Will you take care of Darla if she finds her path?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready, your home will be there. I'll be there.
I don't understand.
You never did. I have faith in you.
Do you want to go for a drink?
Oh, I can't. I'm working a double.
Oh, yeah. So did Naylor suggest you go for a permanent?
Yeah.
And?
Said I'd think about it. And what about this Evan of yours? What about him?
It's a bit cold.
Well, we weren't serious. Even if we were, I wouldn't let my career choices be defined by my relationship with Evan. Or anyone else, for that matter. You taught me that much, at least. What did you say to Ruth? To get her to, you know...
Told her the truth. Again. But this time she was ready to listen. Ah, just the man. Will you go for a drink with me?
I can't. I need to pick Theo up from the creche and I've got to get him home. But Hanson wants to have a word with both of us.
Why?
Dunno. Pep talk?
Come in.
Mr. Hanson, you asked to see us?
I'll get straight to the point. These are police officers from Holby CID. They are here to escort you to a safe location of your own choosing.
Why? What's happened?
Several hours ago, someone stole Miss Goddard's personal details and published them online. Home, address, phone numbers, personal, email, everything. Several death threats were made, I'm afraid, and they are specific enough to be taken seriously. So, Miss Goddard, you'll be leaving with these officers. You have 5 minutes to gather your personal effects.
Just leave them.
I thought you hated them.
That was when I hated you.
Meaning you don't hate me anymore?
Meaning I hate you less.
That's the nicest thing you've said to me all day.
I think I owe you an apology.
You do.
It is possible that my residual unrequited feelings for Oliver, combined with recent tragic events, may have created an environment in which I was predisposed to treating you with unfair and unnecessary hostility.
Did you just ask to become my new BFF?
We're just not mortal enemies anymore.
I've never really had a girlfriend before. Not counting Dom, of course. I'll go for a drink.
Sure. Why not?
You can get hammered on tequila slammers and cry on my shoulder about how my ex-husband never saw you there like some crazy goth Eponine. That's a Les Mis reference, by the way.
Starting to hate you again.
That's the spirit.
One question. How do we know Ange Goddard's the only target?
What do you mean?
Well, a lot of these threats are against the hospital in general.
Yes, but it's the Holly Cartwright case that's the locus for anger.
But Miss Goddard wasn't the only one involved in that case, was she?
Theo, stick the scooter in the boot, mate.
Dad's back.
Theo, it's time to go.
Dad's back.
She'll be all right.
Of course.
She's tough as old boots, your mum. Theo, get in the car, please.
I think she likes you, you know.
Well, why wouldn't she? I mean, you know, what's not to like, eh?
I reckon you like her too.
They really are stretching. She'll be all right.
Like I said, she's...
What's wrong?
I can't hear Theo. Theo? Theo! 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 Theo!